श्री सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय। सद्गुरु श्री साईनाथ निशरत बाबूजी की जय। Rose Petals, Volume 1, Chapter 10, Holy Places. Devotee. What makes a place holy? Guruji. The presence of a Sadguru makes a place holy. A real holy place is one in the vicinity of a Sadguru. Why is Shirdi a holy place? Because it is Baba's place. In itself, there is no Ganges there, no Himalayas, no sages who did tapas there, nothing. It's simply because of the presence of the Sadguru. Any place is holy because of the presence of a Sadguru. Devotee. Guruji, how do we make use of the Sadguru's presence in reference to Shirdi, Pundi, Tiruvannamalai, and other holy places? Guruji, when you sleep on a mattress, are you aware of the presence of the mattress? After getting up, you may say, "Oh, I had a good sleep. This mattress is very good." But during sleep, were you aware of it? Or the presence of it? No. But you were using the presence of it, and its absence wouldn't give you the same effect. So, to be aware of its presence, use it as a mattress. If you use it as a dining table, the effect won't be the same. To use it as a mattress and get the effects of it, that is being aware of its presence. So that's what you have to do. In other words, the more sensitive you are to the effects of the mattress, the more aware you'll be of its presence. It will become so palpable. The point is, many people are not sensitive. For instance, it's as though your mind were like the clothes of a bus cleaner. Buses and lorries in India have a driver and a cleaner, and the cleaner is the driver's assistant. See how filthy his clothes are, full of oil, dirt, and everything. Now, if he comes inside in his dirty clothes and sits on this floor, will his clothes get soiled? No. If anything at all gets soiled, it will be the floor. Some minds are like the cleaner's clothes. Wherever they go, even into dirt, they don't notice the dirt at all. But if you're wearing spotless white clothes that are very, very clean, you'll be so sensitive to dirt that you'll be afraid of sitting even on a clean floor. So the cleaner our minds become, the more you'll sense the effect of everything on you. Like this, the moment you enter into a presence, you'll know that presence and you'll sense the effect of it. It will be so palpable, it's not something subtle. You can feel it, you can experience it, you can touch and eat it and digest it. Any holy place becomes holy because of holy men and women. In the remote past, not a time we can grasp historically, I think there lived a saint at Arunachala, a great saint whom people almost thought of as an incarnation, an embodiment of Shiva, and he lived on the mountain and took samadhi there. Since that time, many people have seen the hill as a tapokshetra, and especially in modern times, since the time of Sheshatri Swami and Ramana Maharshi. So it is a place of saints. This is also how I look at Sai Baba's samadhi. For me, Arunachala is another samadhi. This is what the Sri Arunachala Purana says also, that a great yogi lived there called Arunagiri Yogi, and his tomb is on the northern peak of the hill. Ramana Maharshi also once saw the tree where the tomb was, but he couldn't go near it. He said he had no permission. Even to Ramana Maharshi there was no permission. Because of Arunagiri Yogi, this particular hill has become a holy hill. And because his tomb was so inaccessible, people couldn't go up there to worship it or do pradakshina of it. So the whole hill has become his samadhi. Just as in Shirdi, we do Maha Pradakshina, combining the Samadhi Mandir, Guru Sthan, and Dwarakamai. So in Tiruvannamalai, they do Pradakshina of Arunachala like that. Devotee. So have these holy places become powerful from the holy people who have lived there, or are the places holy in and of themselves? Guruji. In a real sense, everything is holy. In fact, There is nothing unholy here, but because of a saint's presence, the holiness manifests more at some places than others, and these are called holy places. Devotee. Does the holiness of Arunachala get amplified by the subsequent saints and yogis who are attracted there because of the original Arunagiri yogi? Guruji. Yes, it increases because more and more channels are open. For example, it increased when Seshadri Swami came there because some people could connect with his presence and energy and were benefited by his kind of vibration. And then also, when Ramana Maharshi came, he was another great one. So, more and more people get connected. Not that it becomes more powerful, rather, more and more people can relate to it. A hospital becomes a super specialty hospital, that's all. Before, only those having certain kinds of diseases could be helped. But when a super specialty hospital comes, any kind of illness can be treated. In the same way, over time, some holy places develop into super specialty spiritual centers like Arunachala. There is another thing. The great saint said that sadhana done in a holy place in the presence of great Sadgurus like Ramana Maharshi gives a tenfold benefit for any effort made. This is what Baba meant when he said, "If you give me 1 rupee, I'll give you 10 rupees." Such holy places are called tapokshetras because that effect, that power is there. In the presence of saints, you are fully exposed to their influence, to their vibration. And you should remember that if you do something good, that gives a tenfold result. Then, if you do something going away from good, it will also give a tenfold result. That is why you see businessmen in holy places, these spiritual businessmen. They are more business minded than any other businessmen because the effect of the location is so much more. The benefit is there, but the danger is also there. So we should utilize the benefit but be careful. It's like walking a razor's edge. We should always be aware that we are in the presence of great saints. If you do a good thing, the result is 100-fold. But if you do a wrong thing, the karma will also be 100-fold. Because that is the law there. Whatever you do, the result will be 100-fold. Presence doesn't discriminate. Devotee. Guruji, what is the benefit of going to Pondi? Guruji. To be in the presence of Pondi Swami. It's as though your mind were like the milk from a cow and you put it on the stove to boil. And the best stoves I have found are in Shirdi and Pondi. To boil milk, you have to keep it on the stove, not near the stove or by the side of the stove, but on the stove. And when the milk is boiled, you will experience the boiling as fulfillment. It will overflow and saturate your mind. The flame of the stove is burning, so try to stay near the flame as long as you can. Otherwise, your milk will separate and curdle, and then even the dogs won't take it. They'll run away. When we are here in Shirdi, we know it is our choice. It is our love. We have our object of love and we have our focus. We want to focus, and the focus is so beautiful. But still, we are not able to focus. What I tell you is, the focus is enough. And when you come and ask me, is there anything we have to do, Guruji? Any meditation technique like who am I or who are you, something like that? I say there is nothing you have to do. It's as though you were a wet cloth in the sun and Baba's grace is like the heat of the sun. All you have to do to become dry is to keep your cloth in the sun. The wetness, our so-called ignorance, will be dried away by the sun. There is nothing the cloth has to do. The only thing it has to do is just keep itself in the sun. The drying happens naturally. But the problem is, the cloth doesn't always keep itself in the sun. It wants to be in the shade, or even after becoming half dried, again it goes into the bucket. Devotee. What is the best way of putting ourselves on the line and staying in the sun? Guruji. People have to explore this for themselves. You should find out your own techniques. You have to be the creators, the explorers, the discoverers of your own techniques. When you have your focus, you will know. Everyone has the capacity to do it. But finally, you can't do anything yourself. The final thing needed, the drying, is only done by the sun. You can't dry yourself, but you can expose yourself to the sunlight, and that is the only thing you can or have to do. Whatever else comes in here, satsangs, niyamas, the so called spiritual principles or commandments, all these things come under the heading of making the line to hang your cloth in the sun. But what makes it dry is not the line, but the sun. Devotee, not the technique. Guruji, it is only the sun that dries. The more you keep a cloth in the sun, the sooner it dries, and the sun is always ready to make it dry. Even if your cloth is in the shade, the sun still tries to dry it, and after some time it does dry it, no problem, no doubt about it. The sun is always doing this, giving its warmth. Devotee, is it true that it makes no difference whether I sleep or stay awake and do pradakshina of Pundi Swami's samadhi? Or is there some value in wakefulness? Guruji, whatever it is good. That's why I always say when someone asks me, what is the need to go to Pundi? I reply, just think of me as a washerman in charge of a laundry here in Tiruvannamalai. Here is the laundry room. There are taps, detergents, everything, and I wash you. Afterwards, there is a line in Pundi where I hang you out to dry. Here I use detergents and scrub, but you can't be dried as quickly in the laundry room. Even though the clothes are washed inside, they have to be hung outside in the sun. So for that, there is a line in Pundi and you have to hang there in the sun to get dry. And while you are getting dry, what is it that you have to do? Stay on the line, that's all. That is enough. That's why I say, be there blindly in a sense and just stay on the line. Devotee, is doing pradakshina of Arunachala also the same? Is going on Giri Pradakshina also like hanging on the line? Guruji, yes, it is also like that. Devotee, when we are in Shirdi, is it enough just to sit each day in Gurusthan and the Samadhi Mandir for a while? Guruji, if you feel it's so easy to do that enough, do it. The question implies, is that all or must I do something more? Even if you can do something more, first try to do whatever you think is enough. That's enough. Again, it's just as though your clothes were washed and rinsed in the washing machine here in satsang and then dried there at the mandir. To make wet clothes dry, it is enough to keep them in the sun. The clothes need not do anything. But first, they must be washed to remove the dirt and then put in the sun so they dry quickly. The washing happens in satsang here and the drying happens there. It's a washerman's job. Devotee, you say it doesn't make any difference whether we are here with you or away from you, but you have talked on other occasions about the clothes being dried more quickly outside in the sun than inside the house. So does the whole cleaning process or whatever happens when we are with you happen more quickly when we are near you? Guruji, I am talking about the help. The help which is given is experienced in an intensified way now when you are near. Maybe at a distance you experience it in a different way, in a less intense way, but it's not that I give more when you are here. You may experience it to a greater or lesser degree, but I am talking about giving. My giving is always the same. Like that, the sun is always shining and the cloth experiences that shining. Shri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj ki Jai. Sadguru Shri Sainathani Sharat Babuji ki Jai.